What is up, guys? I am back with another YouTube video. Welcome to Vlogmas Day. Actually, we're discussing Vlogmas Day 21 on Vlogmas Day 22. And we are talking about, I went to go see The Lion King, Mufasa's backstory. And I just want to give out some key parts or details. I'm not going to try to go too far into it. If you have not seen the movie, please do me a favor. Go watch that first, and then, because this is like a little review on the movie for me. I like to the movie, to be honest. And I actually liked it the full way through. It wasn't that bad for me. I'm gonna pick key parts and areas that I like, and then again, if you have not seen the movie, please go like it. But this is let's see, yeah, Vlogmas Day 21. So this is Vlogmas Day 22. I'm doing a read update. So let's talk about yesterday. Went to go see Lion King and Mufasa's backstory, and basically I enjoyed it. First of all, let's get to the twist. It is live action. I don't have a problem with that, because at the end of the day, everything has been turned to live action. Cinderella, Mulan, Little Mermaid, and Snow White. And I think Princess Aurora. And now they're making Lilo and Stitch, and then Moana, and then who else is getting a live action? I think Tiana is going to get a live action soon. But in reality, I don't care. I'm not a fan of that. I like the live actions. They don't really bother me as much as I thought they would. So I'm okay with that. Alright, when you first get into the movie, we learn that Mufasa's dad actually almost, if I'm not correct, I don't know if he died. I don't know if he died the same way as Mufasa did, or he died from a heartache, a broken heart, or exhaustion. But I don't know, we don't know, but when the beginning of the movie, the way the flood was coming in and the dad was swirling around in the water and Mufasa was in the middle, it was the same way as what's his name? As Simba was. Simba was in the middle of a rock, and eventually when the stampede came, we saw the scene. It almost looked like a flood. It was a flood of animals. Same thing with Mufasa's dad. It was almost a flood of water, and he had to jump in. It was almost practically the same, the way Mufasa died and the way his dad died. Counter close. But again, I don't know if the dad died of a heartache, heartache from the loss of Mufasa, or drowning. Either way it seemed. Moving forward, again, we learned that Taka is Scar, and that eventually, while floating down a riverbed, Mufasa winds up meeting Taka as a baby. Cool. Boom. The next part, my favorite part of the movie, is when they started singing, I never had a brother like this. I never had a brother like this. I always wanted a brother. It was the way Taka kept saying brother, because you can tell that I don't know, it felt like, it's funny because it's like it was trying to, like, Europeans trying to say brother without saying brother. Well, no, saying brother, but they were saying brother, like hard to announce brother. I'm like, oh my god, why? That was my favorite part of the movie. No, actually, that was my first favorite part of the movie. I had a second favorite part of the movie. So we learned this is a story being told by Scar. Told by Rafiki. Rafiki is telling the story of Mufasa and Scar's background. Moving forward, we also learned that how they all met along the way. Each one was a goddamn outcast. Mufasa was an outcast. Sarabi was an outcast. All from royal backgrounds, by the way. And well, no, Rafiki was considered a Swami, basically. And They kicked him out because they thought he was bringing magical devils to the party where he lived at the tree. They made him go on the ground, bitch. They made him go on the ground. That's the worst thing. I guess that's the worst thing to a monkey, to be on the ground, because you can't climb no trees. You stuck for lunch for other animals. And then we learned that Sarabi brought Zazu along the way. Now I thought Zazu was, made the Warner Report bird when Sarabi and Mufasa got together. And that, she didn't have him at the time, that they were just, he came along the way as they were married. Like they already not had him, but in the animated series, they found a bird and they made him the Warner Report bird. Like that. I didn't know Sarabi had him going with her, as she was in exile. Well, she wasn't in exile. In the movie we learned there are white lions, and that the white lions basically are the predators of this entire movie, are the evil antagonists of this entire movie. And as you go further down the line, you learn that the white lions have invaded mostly everywhere, around every last land, and have literally harmed and killed almost anyone who's of royal descent, blood, and have taken over. How they came to Mufasa and them, basically the white lion, the white lions basically, there were two young male white lions who were out hunting, and while Mufasa was learning something from Taka's mom, his foster mom, and as the journey goes, Mufasa was protecting his foster mother, and he killed one of the white lions. It turned out it was one of the king's white lion's son, and he went after his friend and killed the friend with the group of other lions. And then after that, they went on and was going on a search hunt to go kill, Tucker and his family. And the dad sent them off. Here's one thing I want to say that I am truly impressed with. We learned how Scar became Scar, but we learned how it stemmed from his dad. Literally, they say you get most of your parents' traits from when you were young, and it's not a lie. First of all, Tucker's dad was lazy, he was rude, he belittled his people sometimes, and oftentimes his own family members, dad's brothers were just trifling, and he was lazy and deceitful and probably even sneaky. Reason why I say that is because as you see Scar grow up, he ain't have no backbone, and he was scary. Dad probably even died from being cowardless, because the females hunted, and in real life females do hunt while the dads loaf around and lay around. But some dads have backbone courage, and they do, y'all watch the Animal Planet a lot, so they stand their ground sometimes. They fight their own. But Tucker's dad literally was trifling, and then he tried, and then I said there's deceit, because he tried to live off of a lie. Okay, so Tucker was there too when the white lions was trying to attack his mom and Mufasa. He ran away, and he told his dad that, and his dad said that'll be a secret that will live with you forever. Don't have to worry about it. You're good. Leave it alone. Instead of him addressing the situation, and he tried to tell his mom said, you're good. Your courage will come. Mom's are still philosophical about that. But Mufasa was, Mufasa learned everything from Tucker's mom. And that's the bad part. The dad made it seem like Mufasa was trifling and terrible, and that just because he was an outsider, he was no good, and he sent him to live with the mom. When the mom gave Mufasa key sense, bravery, and heart, bitch, he was afraid. He was not afraid. Even though his parents gave him some of that skill method, again, he moved up, and he lost his family along when he was in the flood. But again, yeah, Taka mom taught him everything he needed to know. Listening out for certain sounds, smells, learning the animals and everything like that in between. Bitch, Taka mom taught him the grounds. Bitch, Taka should have been with his mama. They talking about, oh yeah, you shouldn't be this. I thought they was going, well, technically, I thought because Mufasa was living with females, so I ain't gonna lie, I thought they was going, try to make him, unmanly, unmasculine. Shit. Mufasa learned compassion, love, the smell of female and animal and all that. But they gave him some coochie inside that den. I ain't gonna lie. I think they gave him some coochie inside that den. Anyway, as we get down to the line of the limits, we learn that Sarabi came along with Zazu, and that she's a princess. But the White Lions attacked her family as well, too, and they sent her off. We discovered that they get to Mount Kilimanjaro. I discovered that Mount Kilimanjaro is a mountain that is snowy, because in the movie people were wondering, well, where the fuck is the snow mountain come from in Africa? And that was the part where everybody was questioning, but Mount Kilimanjaro is there, and it's a mountain in Africa that's covered in snow. The one place where there is actual snow. And people, what killed me is people said the live action wasn't really great. It preferred if they kept it in the animated roots, but I don't know. I actually preferred the live action. Had this been an animated series, I felt like I would have to bring a child to go see that movie. Even though there were probably people who went to go see Barbie that were adults and everything. Between animated movies, I mean, I was okay with the live action. I liked it. We get to Kilimanjaro and we discovered it. Well, as we go along with their journey, again, Rafiki, Sarabi, Mufasa and Scar, Zazu, they're all outcasts of each other. This was a bond built by outcastment, literally. Besides, yeah, outcastment. A group of outcasters, outsiders. And basically, you know, Taka started to fall in love with Sarabi. I think Mufasa did too, but because his brother was actual king, he let his brother, you know, take control, 4 steps, and everything the fuck else. So his brother, you know, he got the first taste of Sarabi. But he was scary throughout the entire movie, and I think lionesses can sense that in real life and in the movie. I mean, I'm just saying, because my man did not, like, he had no backbone, no balls. Everything he did, he ran out of sight for. Everything there was a situation, he ran away from. He ain't grow no courage at all until it was when Sarabi mentioned that it was you doing this, it was you doing that, and you know, Mufasa, when you get to the Kilimanjaro scene, Sarabi comes out and says that I know it was you who knew the flowers on me. I know it was you who saved me from the stampede. Because when you get to a certain scene, the White Lions show up again, and this time they try to attack Mufasa and them. But instead, Sarabi creates a stampede. And then as Sarabi creates a stampede, she's caught in the stampede for not being able to hold on to the tree good enough. So Mufasa strikes in, you know, grabs Sarabi, pulls her into a hole. Taka runs out of the way somewhere and hides. Literally. Throughout this entire movie, Taka is afraid of everything. Literally. Fearful of everything. And my nigga has no backbone or boss. He ain't even brave for the girl he loves. Which we learned what made Scar bitter, by the way, I believe. That's what probably truly made him bitter. There is the fact that the girl that he wanted didn't want him. When you look at the animated series, you learn that. You can see it. The intentions at the end with Sarabi, and that Sarabi did not give a fuck about him, was amazing. Like, you can tell she didn't care. Like, bitch, I chose my Lion King. You are not the king I want. You couldn't even stand up against a pack of you couldn't even stand up against the lions. Yes, I think that's why Sarabi didn't pick Scar, as we learn. When you see the movie, you learn that when you go further down, again, Sarabi tells him that she loves you, this, that, and third. Mufasa was trying to keep her away. You know, nah, go to Scar, you know, he's the true king. And because remember, Mufasa became a brother to Taka. And Taka got angry. This is when he started to gain his own courage, his own person, his identity. And he went to the White Lions, helped them, you know, led them to Malele. And Mufasa said, and Mufasa wanted to get to Malele without being tracked. And when the animals heard that they were coming, they heard that he was bringing bad spirits with them because the White Lions were coming. I guess in Malele, they saw the white lions too at some point. As the fighting scene in Malele, we learned the powerful speech. We learned that Mufasa, becomes a great leader. How Scar got his scar. Again, if you did not go see the movie, please go see it. It is good. We learned that Scar Tucker winds up learning, maybe I did do wrong by this and leaving him here and trying to harm my brother and everything and harming the people here. So he went on the men and literally went in front of Mufasa as he was about to be struck by the white king lion and basically got his scar. We also learned the tactic that he did when he threw Scar off the edge, when he threw Mufasa off the edge of the rocks. The way he pressed down with his nails. That's how he was pulling up Mufasa the entire time throughout the entire movie. That's where we learned that trick and trait from. And he yeets him off the rock side. With his claws. Them claws hurt. I know them shits hurt. They dig down in the skin. Ooh. We learned why Scar is called Scar. We learned that he's actually in exile. He may be royal blood, and that's why they left him there like that. Respected, loved, and everything. Respected and everything like that between. Well, less and less respected. Seems how he's the one who did what he did. But Mufasa said he will always have a place here. But his name cannot be used. I guess that's the part of formally, I don't want to say not exiling him, but basically, your name is no longer going to be called, you're not going to be called whatever you're going to be called. You're going to be called Scar. And that's how Scar got his actual, evil name. Scar, bitch. Scar. And this is my favorite ending. Now, Rafiki is telling the story to Simba's daughter, Kiara. As we all know, in Simba's pride, Kiara winds up becoming the next queen of Pride Rock. We learned that Simba, I wonder if they're gonna do, I'll say what I did. We learned that she wanted to meet her grandfather so badly, she wanted to see him, everything like that. But see, this is my favorite part in the ending. There's a cloud scene where Mufasa is, in the clouds. Because, she didn't really get to see her grandfather. She always wanted to be grandfather. And at the end, she's roaring into the clouds. And Mufasa appears out of nowhere. That was the best part. That warmed my little heart. Because, her grandfather literally came to say, hey, baby doll, I am here present, always around you, always 24/7. Yeah, that was the best part of the movie. He's roaring in the clouds. And she's roaring in, roaring in real life. And it's just so cute and a keen connection because he came down to her his baby. I love that part. That was the best part. His grandbaby. We learned that Nyla and Simba went further away to have a kid. I don't know if that's real or not in real life. Because I generally thought, well, when Kiara and Sarabi had their babies, they had them in the den. But maybe that was a cut up. Maybe that was after they had came back from a special place where they had their baby at safely, and then they brought him back to the den and cleaned him off and prepared her for the ceremony of that. But we learned that Nala went out and I guess found a safe spot to have a baby, and we learned that Kian comes into the journey. If you did not know, if you don't pay attention, after Simba's pride in Lion King 1.5, we learned that Simba had a second child, which is Kian. In the movie, you learn in the animated series, there was an animated series called Simba's, I forgot what it was called, but it's The Lion King, and it features Simba's kids, Kian and Kiara. Kiara is older, Kian is the younger brother, and she is, preparing, her brother for life, actually. Helping him go through life. And that's my review. I give it a 10 out of 10. I love the movie. It was great. My favorite scenes were the brother part. Him and Tucker screaming brother. My other favorite scene was when Sarabi and Mufasa fell in love. And my best scene was, again, when Kiara started roaring up into the clouds in the heaven and Mufasa came and, reassured her, I'm always present. That was my best part. Again, if you did not see the movie, please do not watch this review. I'm Risha May. Thanks for watching. That was Vlogmas Day 21. Vlogmas Day 23. We might either do the gingerbread house or we might discuss a couple things. I'll see what I can do. Deuces. Well, today.